what could be tip number 3? We all want to become an effective communicator, a great public speaker. What should be tip number 3? We discussed the first tip about people, the second tip about message, the third tip, which can make someone as an effective public speaker, an effective communicator. It's about exchange of ideas, exchange of perspectives, exchange of new ideas. What could be the most important thing when it comes to effective communication? Tell me one thing. Why? Why do we have 2 ears? Why do we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Why? Have you ever wondered that why have we been designed in a way that we should have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Well, certainly God has been a great artist, that's for sure, but there must be a reason behind a person, a human being having 1 mouth and 2 ears, because God wants you to listen more than speak. Yes, the way you listen to every word, the way I said it, similarly, you should listen more and speak less. I find a lot of people around me who just go blah, 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 and they do not listen. They do not listen. And when you do not listen, you are not an effective communicator. I know that you are the star. You are the star. You know everything about this world. You know more than someone else. However, if you do not listen, you're not an effective communicator. You're not an effective communicator. Folks, understand that there is a difference between listening and hearing. Think for a while. We have these 2 terms, listening and hearing, and we often exchange these words without knowing that when to use which word. What is the meaning of hearing? What is the meaning of listening? Well, let's understand. How does listening happen, or how does hearing happen? There is some sound, there is some noise, there is some vibration, there are some waves, some sound waves around. Your eardrum vibrates. Your eardrum vibrates, and there is sound which is being produced. Until you are, your audio, or you are hearing impaired, which you can, whereby you cannot hear what people say, that's a different thing. But if you can hear, I don't say listen, if you can hear, as in if your eardrums produce some sound, or they vibrate and produce some sound, that means you are hearing. I hope everyone gets that. Whereas listening requires a lot of consciousness, whereby you are focusing on what is being said. There are a lot of sounds around you right now as you're watching. Maybe there is a scooter going nearby your place, or there is a dog barking somewhere in the society, or there is your clock which goes tick, 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 tick. Everything is sound. Everything is sound, and you can hear all those sounds. But what you are listening to is this moment, that is me. Because you are focusing, your entire attention is drawn towards the speaker. You are doing it voluntarily. On the other hand, hearing happens involuntarily. At night, when you are sleeping, and if suppose something happens, you're not consciously listening to anyone. You're just sleeping. But if there is some sound, your eardrum vibrates and you woke up. You woke up, right? That's how listening works. That's how hearing works. That's how hearing works. But whenever you consciously, voluntarily focus on something, then you listen. And that's important. In case of communication, when 2 people meet, it often happens that we're not interested. We don't listen to what the person says, and we're like, yeah, go on, we're listening. But in reality, we are not listening. That's the difference. That's the difference, whereby in reality, we are not listening. What we need to do is practice active listening. Yes, listening is of two types, where you presume that you are, or you try to showcase that you are listening, but actually you're not. Actually, you're not. On the other side, if you talk about active listening, that's where you need to work on, where you purposefully give all your focus, all your attention to that person. You know it, that attention is such a scarce commodity, where people crave to get attention. Look at a child, small child, what he does. If you don't look at him, or if everyone is back at home and is not looking at what the child is doing, he would try and do everything just to grab the attention. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants that, okay, they should be heard, they should be, given some attention. So active listening has to be practiced. When it is active listening, see what is happening in the body. When active listening happens, your ears are hearing. Your ears are hearing. Your brain is processing. Your brain is processing because you are actively listening, and your brain is decoding, processing what is being received. Your ears receive the sound, and your mind, your brain, it is decoding, it is processing really fast. And also your entire body is trying its level best to showcase that, hey, I am attentive. When you listen to someone, it is not just your ears, it is not just you, it is your entire body that is there to showcase that, hey, I am listening, I am there, I am very much there, physically as well as mentally. That is active listening. Now let's understand that why do we need active listening? I mean, what is the need of active listening? Perhaps our mind works in this fashion whereby we say, hey, give me a reason, give me a logic, only then I would do it. I am okay listening to people, but why I should practice active listening? Well, my dear friend, as I just said, that attention is a scarce commodity, and the person to whom you give attention, you build a bond, you build a trust with that person. So what active listening helps you build trust. What? Everyone, if you are watching this, type in the comment section, build trust, build trust. That's really important, building trust. If you don't build trust, it's a waste. I mean, if you look at it, that why do we communicate? We communicate to connect, we communicate to express. And if we are able to build trust with the people whom we are connecting with, it's great. It's great. You need to patiently listen to all the details. What happens in case of trust? I mean, when you are listening completely, and when you are patiently giving all your attention to the person, there is a different level of connection. The person trusts you more because he feels that this person is listening to me. He's not just showcasing or trying to be pretentious, trying to put a false show that, hey, I'm listening, but he's not listening. So if you are actively listening, boom, this is the great thing for you. Second thing which happens when you go for active listening is you have fewer arguments. You must have had a lot of arguments with your friends, your family members, maybe your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your spouse, whosoever they are, because you don't listen. What is the number one complaint which our parents have for us? He doesn't listen to me. She doesn't listen to me. Look at him. Look at him. Whenever we talk to each other, he just goes on and he doesn't listen to me. Yes, try to listen to the person, okay, what they are saying. When you listen to a person, there are fewer arguments because there's a deeper understanding. For example, if I'm just hearing what is happening, or if I'm just not practicing active listening, then chances are really high that I am there, but I am not giving my effort to understand what the person is saying. So, active listening leads to fewer arguments. And the question comes in that device, all this is good, this sounds convincing, and that active listening is powerful, this is helpful, but how do we do it? How do we do it? How can we do active listening? That's the question. How do we do active listening? Well, the number one way is to use your eyes. Yes, your eye contact is really important. Whenever you speak with anyone, I repeat, whenever you speak with anyone, just try to maintain the eye contact. That's so powerful. Think about it. I mean, if I talk to you and say, yeah, this is nice, I am enjoying the session, and this session is about listening skills, and listening skills are like really important. If you practice active listening skills, and that will help you a lot, you can like try it out and see if it works for you. All those very powerful. Would you feel engaged? Would you feel connected? Or now you feel connected? Yes, Divas is talking to me. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? I did it deliberately. I did it deliberately just to ignore you, that I don't care. You keep on watching, I don't care. And that is the perception when you do that. You don't realize it. You're so distracted with your phone. Oh my God, there's a message. Yeah, go on. I'm listening. I am working on my laptop. We'll go on. Do you even realize it? What damage you are causing to your relationship? It's a big damage, my dear friend, which comes at the cost of your ignorance. If you do that, you are losing on a relationship. Yes, remember this. Now, you need to understand that in case of eye contact, try and make the person feel that, yes, you are very much there. Second, how you should practice active listening? By not interrupting. People have a habit. Whenever I take sessions with my students, I see that some of them have this habit to interrupt. They'll speak. They will not have this habit to use these 2 years. They'll use this more often. And when you interrupt, it is irritating. I bet when you'll speak with someone, or when you're having a conversation, you are explaining your point, but on the other side, the person cuts you out. You know what? I have to say something. Let me complete. It is not a roadies show where you have to, just clip off each other's like thoughts, or just cut them in between. No, allow them to share what they have to say. Be appreciative. That's a sign of a professional. That's a sign of a cultured being. I see very few people who are cultured enough. I know that it is tough. And I want that you, as a viewer who is watching me through this video, should embrace this, should imbibe this, that from now on, I would not interrupt anyone. I would allow him to complete what he has to say. Also, the way to have active listening, as I said, that people love attention. People love that they are being heard. If you encourage them, then what happened next? Seriously? I would love to know more about it. Please tell me more. Do you see this? I'm just encouraging the person to go on and on and on and on. Do that. That's important. That's really important, whereby you encourage a person to speak more, or rather complete his thoughts. Sometimes when a person cuts you out, you feel bad because you had a thought process to share. So never interrupt and try to encourage. That's what you can do. The other way to practice active listening is to clarify. Sometimes we go for a meeting, we go for a discussion. Maybe your senior gave you some inputs. Well, if you act as a donkey and just said, yes, sir, Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's like either you understand, then you say yes, sir, no problems. But if you do not understand what the person is saying and still you say yes, sir, yes, sir, it's rubbish. It's crap. You're not doing anything good to that conversation, folks. So always restate and clarify your point. Always restate and clarify your point that, hey, did you mean this? I just want to confirm what you said. Did I understand you correctly? Did you mean to say this? Something simple. So that it is clear that what the person wanted to say to me and what I had to perceive, it is very much in sync. I hope that makes sense. Else, the person wanted to pass on this message to you, and you did not listen actively, and you just agree to what the person say, and then you say, what did he say? Did he mean this or did he mean that? I should have asked him. I think he would have meant this. Let me do it. And then you do things based upon assumptions. And when things don't work out as per your assumptions, you're like, it's okay. I think it is all about miscommunication. These things do happen. These things do happen because there are very few people who take charge of it. And I'm sure that everyone who is watching this would be taking care of this as you go ahead in your career, right? Also, when you go for active listening, you can check for the non-verbal cues. Like when I meet people, when I meet my students who are learning, at times they're very nervous. So their body language speaks for itself. Maybe their hands are shaking, or they are fumbling when they're speaking, or they're unable to maintain the eye contact with me. So I'm like, okay, the person is not feeling comfortable, right? That's also active listening. I am observing the person, how he's feeling, and I can gauge that, is this person feeling happy? Is this person, feeling stressed? Is this person feeling scared, nervous? What is the feeling? When you understand people, I repeat, when you understand people, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. People really appreciate that he's so considerate. He is so considerate that he could at least gauge my emotions. That's another way whereby you can become an active listener. Folks, I'm giving you some amazing tips and techniques which would actually help you become an effective communicator. And you should realize that active listening is an essential ingredient for you to communicate effectively. So do that. Do that. Very, very important. Now, what more you can do? In case of active listening, there's an art. There's an art of asking questions. Sometimes the person has shared what he wanted to share, right? And now he wants you to provoke, or I should say, probe him by asking him questions. So, how did it feel? Supposedly, someone is sharing his success story, what he achieved in the day, and you are listening. You're like, oh, seriously? Nice, great, great, great. How does it feel to accomplish this? It must be feeling great, right? Or would you love to share more about how your experience was? You just, asking the person to continue, so that you get to listen more than you speak less. Because when you listen more, you understand the person more. Understand, folks? To know a person, I repeat, to know a person, spend time with him, and allow him to speak. You realize that people who are hollow from within, they would not be good listeners. They would not be good listeners. They would not be the ones who are ready to learn, embrace, and accept people. They're there to, voice their opinion, and it doesn't show as a good sign for any personality. When you are calm, when you are patient, it shows that, hey, this guy is curious. This guy wants to know what the person has to share. That is called as curiosity. That is called as hunger to learn. I would take it from that perspective, that when I speak with people, I would want to know that, okay, what the person has to say, let him complete. Let him complete. Yes, so do that. Do that. In fact, when you are actively listening, you can empathize with people. You can empathize with people. You can show a lot of compassion and warmth. All this would happen when you are listening. It's simple. It's simple, right? You can just show a false empathy, a false simple that, oh, I do care for you. I do care for you. However, if you do not listen, if you do not watch the person, how he's saying, what is going in him, you would not be able to show consideration. So do that. That's really important. That's really, really important. I would like to know from you that how much do you agree with what I just said? If you agree with this, type in agree in the comment section. I would love to know. Yes, if you agree with what I just said, type in agree in the comment section. I would love to know. Oh, yes. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Perfect. Give me a sec. Yeah, perfect. Yes, we all agree to it. Awesome. Awesome. So in this session, I won't take much of the time, and I would end it here itself and would open the platform for you to ask me questions. Before that, if you would love to share your perspective, right, that how much you love this session, you can drop in your feedback about this masterclass on this link. I have shared the link with you. I would love to read it. I was so glad to receive the comments last evening on session number 2's video. I would love to know more about this session as well. So just on this link, this session, I have shared the link. I would request to take note of this link. Yeah, this one. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, use this link. Use this link. I have pinned the link. You can use it and drop in your feedback on that link. And then I would take up your questions. I'm waiting for the next few minutes. In the next 4 minutes, we would start. So go ahead and share your feedback on that link. Go for it. Go for it. Yes, there's the link. Super. Super. The link is not opening. Is it so? Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so I will just suggest you that all those who want to be a part of that WhatsApp group, right, which we have, you can do one thing. Okay, it's not working. It's not working. No worries. No worries. No worries. It would work once the session is over. It would work once the session is over. So give me a moment. Anyways, I think you can drop in your feedback once this video is over. I would hope to receive it from your side. Perfect. So let's go for the Q&A. Let's open this platform with the Q&A. Go for it, folks. Go for it. Okay, so I want to ask how to speak with eye-to-eye contact. Well, it's really simple. Just remember Shah Rukh Khan, where he says, I would use a bit of Hindi, if you don't mind, तेरी आंखों की नमकीन मस्तियां, जब तक है जान, something of that sort. Well, it's all about when you look at someone, like right now I'm looking at all of you through this webcam, I presume. That's my visualization. It's just looking straight into the eyes, neither left nor right, nor up, nor down, just into the eyes. And in this area, you just look at the person and just try to connect. Don't stare, don't ogle, don't make the person feel uncomfortable. Just connect. Just connect. That's really important. That's really important, right? If you don't do that, you're missing on something so powerful, so powerful, so powerful. All right, all right. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, that's super. Perfect. So. It's good. It's good. It's good. Well, give me a moment. I can share a link with you which can help you connect better, which can help you connect better. Well. There's a link which I can share with you. Just give me a moment, folks. Give me a moment. I'm just getting things sorted. Yes, this should work. So, in case you haven't joined the tribe, you can do that. Okay, give me a sec, folks. Give me a sec. All right, that's it. Okay, so the questions. Sometimes we cannot make that much good contact on chat at that time. What should we do? What kind of like contact do you want to talk about? I mean, in the way when you say that good contact on chat at that time, what should we do? I don't get it. I don't get it. When you're sitting, you're having a lot of thoughts, good, bad, related to a person's life. Could you please let me know how one can work on this? Yeah, I mean, think about it. You cannot just have all good thoughts. You need to evolve for that. Why do we have thoughts? It's based upon experiences, is based upon what we read, it's based upon the people that we spend time with. When you have those thoughts which are positive, which are negative, which are good, which are bad, they are bound to be there. They're bound to be there. When do you have bad thoughts? When do you have bad thoughts? It is indeed a separate topic to discuss in depth. But now that you have asked me, when do we have bad thoughts? Think for a while. Whenever we are fearful, whenever we are insecure, whenever we have tasted failure, whenever we are uncertain, whenever we are not sure of things, all these things lead to those kind of bad thoughts. When we are comparing ourselves with others, this is what's happening. The moment you start thinking about life, about yourself, being more self aware, you would not be looking at the other person with the same lens. Rather, you'll be like much more clear, much more aware of who the people are around you, and you would not judge them, and you would just be positive. To be positive, you need to read the right content. watch the right content, talk to the right people. Trust me, these things matter a lot. And also your nutrition, the kind of food, the kind of habits that you have. I mean, a big chapter to like talk about this as of now. Now, there are so many factors that contribute to our thought process. We don't realize it, but there are so many thoughts which are so many things which affect our thought process. And as a result, based upon our thoughts, we have our behaviors. Action is because of our thoughts. Yes, you get that? So try to change the people around you. Try to change the content that you consume. Try to change the way you manage your daily schedule, right? Do that. That's very important. Okay, Vinita, how can we join tribe of yours? Well, if you want to join, then you can DM us Instagram. We will guide you. That's one way. That's completely your call. Okay, interesting. Sachin, how to listen to a person with interest if you don't have interest in the things what other person's talking about? Sachin, you need to ask yourself that whether that person is important for you or not. Whether that person, that relation is important for you or not. Certainly, I would not spend my time with anyone. I would be choosing my time or choosing the people with whom I should spend my time. So certainly, you would not spend hours and hours talking to people, right? And if you see that, hey, this person is important for me, let him hear him out. Let me hear him out. That's important. If that would be the case, you are giving that person some importance. Or also, if you have this thought process that, hey, this person is important, but this topic is not important for me, you can, if you have time, if you do not have anything else to do that is more productive, then do listen. You never know, you may build a new perspective. That's called as being open to ideas. I would definitely listen to something which is interesting, no matter it comes from anyone, maybe my senior, my junior, my, let's say my colleague. I would listen, provided it makes sense and it adds value. The thought process is adding value in your life. Thank you so much, Avatar. You loved my way of talking. Keep it up. I said this to myself. Okay, the last question for the day. So how do you continue to listen to the person if you're not happy with some point they said before? Like your face will reveal everything and it would be difficult to show them you're listening. Absolutely. This happens whereby we are talking to a person, right? And the person said something. And I am like, I am pissed off. I'm really angry. That is my internal matter. And as you rightly said, it would reflect on my face. But when it would feel, when it would happen, when would the response be like angry on your face that you are irritated, you don't want to listen to this person any longer? When you allow it to affect you. Simple. You listen to the person, let him complete. That's his perspective. It may not be the same as you think. Why it should be the same? Think about it. I mean, if you're expecting the other person to give you the same thought process like yours, then you just have people who only think from one direction. Maybe they have a different perspective. Listen to them. And once they are done, don't be angry. You just ask them that, hey, I was listening to you all this while, and I was wondering that what makes you say that? Why do you say that? I'm really wondering that. It's okay that you like share this, but I was curious to know, why do you say this? Don't get angry. People who get angry, people who get irritated are those who are hollow from within. Be calm, be relaxed, be more self-aware, be more evolved. All these things would help you be more calm and accept others. Acceptability is missing, folks. Listening requires acceptability. You are allowing someone, or rather, you are giving your time to someone. Think about it. Great. So we have a question coming in. How to talk confidentiality? Rather confidently. I guess the word is wrong. It's how to talk confidently to strangers. Well, if you have to talk to confidently to the strangers, what you can do is you can work on your body language. As in, when you meet someone, when you maintain eye contact, when you breathe in deep and relax, that can actually calm your nerves. The best way to be confident is to calm your nerves and relax. Remember that it is just a conversation, it is not a performance. Remember this. People think, oh my God, I have to perform. No, it's just a communication. I'm sure all those who say that I need confidence to speak, you're talking about those situations where the person on the other side is senior to you, or there's a situation whereby there's someone who is so-called superior to you. That is where it happens. Else, if you talk to your friends, talk to your subordinates, talk to someone who, as per you, is inferior as per you, you wouldn't mind, you won't find it difficult to talk. But the moment you say, oh my God, how will I talk to the person? You feel nervous. So kindly think highly about yourself, that yes, you are worth it. You are worth it, right? Awesome. So tomorrow and day after, we won't be meeting because it's a weekend. We'll be catching up on Monday at 9 p.m. I repeat, we'll be catching up on Monday at 9 p.m. Till then, work on your craft, raise the bar, and before you forget, here is the link. Drop in your feedback, and I would see you live on Monday. Thank you so much for joining in. And till then, stay awesome and stay productive. Bye-bye.